Good morning. It's my first morning waking up alone without the kids here, and it is so quiet. So quiet. It's nice, actually. I want to do a lot of organizing. I want to get a lot of deep cleaning done with the kids away. It's not so easy to get the cleaning and organizing done when the kids are here. I'm just wondering if any other parents can relate to this. The snack cupboard. Empty. Oh, empty. 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 I'm just drinking some peppermint tea. When I was a little girl, my grandma used to always tell me that peppermint tea was the cure for everything. So here I am, almost 40 years old, drinking peppermint tea to cure everything. I got some renovating I want to get done as well. I've been slowly changing the house around, making it more me since I moved in here almost 2 years ago. This building used to be the old town hall and an old library back, I think, in the 60s. And when my parents divorced when I was a young teenager, my dad bought this building and turned it into a house for us to live in. And so the building has a lot of history itself. And so eventually, when my kids graduate in a couple of years, I plan to turn it into a bed and breakfast and host my clients here. I got home last night and it was so chilly I had to turn the fireplace on, which is unbelievable a little because it's almost July 1st. It's almost Canada Day here, and the weather, it's a little cooler than I'd like it to be. I think I kind of was really burnt out when I moved here after living in the city for 17 years. So I just needed some downtime to myself, and now I'm ready to show you guys what I've been up to. But yeah, I've got a few busy weeks ahead and I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So thanks for tagging along. I came to get an ice cream since it stopped raining and it's a really nice sunny day finally. It's partridge berry cheesecake flavored. It's really good. I love partridge berries. They're a marshberry that grow here on the island, and it kind of looks like a blueberry, but it's reddish burgundy purple color, and is really tart, like a kind of sour, and I just love it. It's so good. It's the third day now since the kids have been officially gone, and it's finally sunny. It rained for a couple days, so the first 2 days I just literally relaxed at home to unwind. I felt like I was really burnt out over the last couple months, spending a lot of time together. We were traveling and just getting all the last minute things finished before they left to go away. And I'm just sitting here at the beach watching the fishing boats. I know for some people they might think that that's a little bit mundane, just sitting here watching the fishing boats, but I could sit here for hours and hours and hours and just feel so relaxed and content. I know, like, as a parent or a parent of a child with special needs or a caregiver of someone with a diagnosis as serious as something like muscular dystrophy, our nervous system is always in go, go, go mode, and it's hard for us to just bring ourselves back to the present moment. And so I find sitting here and just watching the fishing boats, even if it's for an hour, it doesn't bother me at all. It's so soothing to me, and I can hear the sound of the ocean and the seabirds. And it just feels so relaxing. I'm not somebody who likes to be out around big crowds of people. I don't drink alcohol, so that kind of scene's not really for me. And I just feel like when I have a free moment, I don't want to be go, go, go and always busy. I remember back years ago, first when my kids used to leave for a few days, I would really be on the go all the time. I couldn't sit still. I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts. And this time it was so different for me because I just wanted to be alone with my thoughts for the first 2 days, which shows a lot of growth in me and where I am as a parent and as a person and in my healing journey. I saw this quote a few days ago, and it said that the only thing that can destroy iron is itself, is its rust. When iron gets rusty, it starts destroying itself. And the same thing goes for humans. The only thing that really can destroy us is ourself, like our own mindset. And a lot of times the reason why people are constantly in this go, go, go mode and they're not able to stop and be present is because they don't want to be alone with their thoughts and just thinking all the time. And that was my issue, that I just didn't want to be thinking and worrying or thinking of the to-do list, all the things I have left to do, how much little time I have to do it. And one thing I used to be focused on all the time was all the things that my son couldn't do or wouldn't be able to do. I was just focused on the negative of life. I was grieving the life that I thought that I was going to have with my child. You know, when he was growing in my belly and I was thinking of this beautiful life that we were going to live together, I wasn't expecting him to have this diagnosis. He got diagnosed at 6 years old. And so suddenly I was stuck in this mindset of all of the things that I thought we were going to be doing together. Now suddenly we can't do them together. And I would be worried if he was in pain today, or how could I make his life better. I had a lot of mom guilt. I kept replaying over and over and over in my mind anything that I had done in my pregnancy that could have prevented him from having this diagnosis. I kept blaming myself in some way. I was so hard on myself, even though I was doing all the things that I could, you know. Or is that something that you're guilty of? Getting in your own head, destroying your own mindset. And that was me. I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts. You know, for the first 10 years of my kid's life, their dad wasn't really present. We separated when my 15-year-old was only 3 months old, and for the first 10 years, he was off kind of doing his own thing, and he wasn't a present dad. For the last 5 to 6 years now, we have a really great co-parenting relationship, and things are a lot better, and he's a more present dad now, which is amazing. I love that. So if you're someone who is a single parent and you're struggling to have a good co-parenting relationship with the other parent, then just keep trusting that good things can still come, that it doesn't always have to suck. But yeah, I was grieving the life that I was expecting to have with my child, and I was too busy focused on all of the bad things, of all the things he couldn't do, of all the things he was going to miss out on, that I was forgetting about all the things that he could do. I was forgetting to just live in the moment. And anytime he would be gone away from me, I would just be worried every second if he was being taken care of, if someone was watching him, if someone was helping him or supporting him. He didn't have a very good experience all the time in the public school system. He still hasn't to this day felt supported in ways he should be in school. And so I was just constantly worrying all the time. Until this one day, I think it was in
2017 maybe. Because prior to the pandemic, I worked for the school board for a decade, and I used to work with kids with special needs and different diagnoses as well. And so one day I worked with this girl. She was about 14 years old in grade 8, I'm thinking, maybe 13 or 14, and she was partially deaf and partially blind. And I was just subbing at the time, so I was going around to different schools on a daily or weekly basis and working with different kids all the time. And this was around the time that my son had just got diagnosed, and I was in this negative mindset all the time, grieving a lot. And she opened up and told me her story of why she was partially deaf and partially blind. So when she was born, she was diagnosed with a certain type of cancer right away, and she wasn't expected to live more than 48 hours. And her parents did this experimental type of therapy or medicine on her, and it ended up getting rid of her cancer, but it caused her to be partially blind and partially deaf. And I was explaining to her, I guess she could tell that I was a little bit off this one day. I worked with her, I think, for the whole week, and I just saw how positive of an attitude that she had, even though this was her life for the last 13 to 14 years of her life. And I just opened up and shared with her what was going on with me, and that my son was going through something, and I was finding it really hard right now. And she just changed my mindset about it, because she said, you know, she wasn't expected to live more than 48 hours. And now she has made it to 14 years. And she tries to live every single day like it's the last day. And she told me that that's the best thing that I could do for my son now, is to just try to live every single day like today is going to be the best day ever, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. And I just thought that that was so unreal that someone of that age was so mature and wise to be saying that to me. And I don't think I was 30 years old yet at that time, and I just, wow, I was mind blown. And I still live by that every day now. That's what I try to do for my son now. It's a lot easier now than it was back then, but I just try to live every day like today is going to be the best day, because you never know what tomorrow actually is going to bring. So sometimes we can definitely be our own rust and destroy ourselves because of our mindset. And so, what about you guys? Do you feel like sometimes your mind gets in this negative loop? I felt today my mind was starting to go a little bit. I was cooped up in the house for a couple of days because it was raining, and I was wanting to get outside, and we're having such a late spring and summer here this year on the island. We had such a late winter, and I just needed to get outside, and I'm just here now watching the fishing boats, and this has probably been so far the most relaxing part of my week. And I know a lot of people around here in these small towns, sometimes they don't stop to appreciate the beauty around them, or they think it's boring living out here in such a remote place, but I haven't been bored one day yet since I moved here. I actually didn't really even tell anybody that I was moving here. When I finally decided to move here, I kept it to myself, because I had 2 months to go back to where I used to live out west and pack everything up and move back, and I decided not to tell anybody that I decided to move here, because it was for my own mental peace and well-being. And I knew that if I told anybody, they were probably going to give me their negative feedback on why I shouldn't, or question what I was doing. Have that ever happened to you before? Have you ever had this great idea or was so excited about something and you shared it with another person and they were so negative about it and told you it wasn't going to work out, or questioned why you would do that? But yeah, that's happened to me before. I've told people different things that I plan to do, and in the past, there's been times when I let people's negative comments stop me from pursuing or doing something that I felt like I needed to do. And so, if you needed to hear this today, I'm giving you permission to just not care what anybody else's opinions are, especially as a caregiver or a parent of somebody with needs, or just as a parent in general. This is your life path to walk, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Nobody else is going to understand what you're going through. You know, back when I was just working with kids with special needs, I had so much empathy for the parents and what they were going through, but I didn't actually get it until my son was diagnosed at the age of 6. 4 years later, after I start working with kids, then I finally was like, whoa, I thought I got it, but I really didn't get it. And you can't actually truly understand something unless you've been through it yourself. You can have sympathy or empathy for it, and you can try to understand it, but you really don't know how something feels unless you go through it yourself and you experience it yourself. And even then, two people can go through the same thing and still have two totally different experiences. So don't let anybody ruin your dreams or your goals. Keep things to yourself if you need to. And hopefully this was a good reminder to you today that live each day as if it's the last day. If you can, just try to enjoy today. Sometimes we're so stuck in a negative mindset and not stopping to enjoy a view in front of us. But I really love that we moved back here and I can just come and sit and watch the fishing boats and be content for hours and hours and hours and watch the sunset. It's a beautiful day to be alive down here on Earth.
I don't know why.